You know, you haven't had to give me much paperwork today. Nothing's on paper. Everything is on, on social media and everything. I know, Gio. Those are the kind of Mondays you like when, all the hot topics are just, us. You know what I'm saying? It's the mafia. And, that's what we do here. Like, we celebrate our own mafia. The rest of y'all are sitting here chasing, dreams and things. Stop it. Don't do that. Don't judge them. Don't judge them for what they are. Don't do that. Everyone has a position and a place to do in this world. And we're not over here to shame. Shut up. Don't shame anybody, okay? Oh, I can't stand this mafia. The shade. A shout out to us, having our own celebration over here. And it's only on We Are You Radio, the urban sound of pride, right? You know what I mean? Come on. So shout out to Janelle Monáe, who went on Keke Palmer's show on her podcast. I didn't even know Keke had a podcast. I know she has, the books and all the other stuff. But Janelle Monáe, they are something, okay? There are a lot, and I love every bit of it. One, they're on tour right now. Yes. Mm-hmm. Do we have any information about Janelle Monáe's tour? Can you look that up quickly? Just Janelle Monáe tour. Just put that in the thing, and then maybe we can get where they're at. All right. Well, shout out to. Oh, there we go. October 2nd, in North Kakalaka. And then October 3rd in Tennessee, Nashville. Then Birmingham, Alabama, Atlanta, Georgia on the 6th. So shout out to Janelle Monáe coming through on the 6th. They're down to Atlanta. Shout out to that. Did you guys even know that? I heard it that Atlanta's been popping lately, since the Revolt, and then there was another festival, and it's been like festivals and festivals over there since, Pride, since the Labor Day Pride. So shout out to Atlanta, bustling down there. And shout out to Janelle Monáe when they're talking about people getting into, their gender identities and their sexuality labels and things. And they say exactly how I feel. Janelle says how I feel, which is you can't put that label on them. You have to allow them to label themselves. And what happens is you deal with that accordingly. Like we discussed when I talked about Taylor Bennett, and I tried to use a masculine presenting brother who's bisexual as an example, where here you go, he presents himself as a bisexual male. Now, mind you, I don't see the bisexuality. Do you see any bisexuality? What exactly does a bisexuality man look like? You know what I'm saying? What is he supposed to behave like? How is he supposed to present himself? Is there any particular way that he is supposed to do it? Because I have a way that I want it, but I can't judge him on my standard. I have to judge him on the standard in which he puts forth. So you understand what I'm saying? Or maybe for someone who's a leader, I don't know any leaders of the bisexual movement. So, maybe that's my fault. Maybe I need to get the bisexual movement up and popping. But the point being, shout out to Janelle Monáe that's saying that you can't be putting labels on people. You have to allow them to label themselves. That's a self journey, and I think a lot of people walking around with their privilege of, well, I'm just gonna call you that because you're acting like that. That's how you acting. You acting like that. And it's just ridiculous. We like to put people in boxes and things. And I always say, there's nothing wrong with a box if you put yourself in it. We're talking about consent here. This goes back to consent, doesn't it? So shout out to Janelle Monáe and Keke for bringing that up, that consentness. That's what it's about. You don't want someone putting you in a box. You put yourself in a box. It's like that's why a lot of people feel like, I don't want you controlling me, telling me what to believe. There's nothing worse than someone telling you what to believe or what to do. That's the first thing that's the first mistake. You say, you got to do this. And then they're like, well, I ain't doing it then. Okay, well, fine. Then don't do it then. I think that's interesting, the way the human is, the human psyche is. But shout out to Janelle Monáe and Keke for having a great conversation, both of them. But thank you to Janelle Monáe and Keke Palmer for having that elevated conversation, and it's important when we hear from them about this. You know what I'm saying? When we hear from both of them about topics like this. These are the topics that our youth are having, the conversations, the discourse. And so while we're over here being old farts about what we won't deal with, and that's ridiculous, and I don't understand how they even understand, they're seeing this in a total different manner. They're taking this and receiving this in a progressive, more elevated way than even you're understanding it. You won't get it when they'll interpret it. And so shout out to the new generations that's seeing this, you know what I'm saying, this discourse, this conversation of knowledge and information. Okay, thank you, Janelle. Thank you, Keke. Check out full episodes of Raw and Uncut Monday through Friday, 7 to 11, live streaming on We Are You Radio. Or hit the link in the bio to download the We Are You Radio app. Comment, subscribe, and thanks for listening to Raw and Uncut on We Are You Radio, the urban sound of pride.